What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be casting one of the semifinal matches from League of Dota Season 2, Week number 3. As you can see on the screen, we have Volcania Gaming, so before a pretty sweet name for a team, on the Radiant, and About350. That's how much they're going to need in order to win this game on the Dire. So yeah, one of the semifinal matches. This is a best of 3. My apologies, started a little bit late because some people took their sweet damn time in trying to get here. I'm definitely going to try to make it so that you don't have that much time leeway. Just because it's like 10 minutes. That's like it. That should be it. It's 15 right now, but I mean, hell, you're late. You don't deserve to play if you're late. So, we are going to just roll with it anyway. Best of 3, and that should be it. Saw Volcania Gaming play once. ATF I have not seen before, but they have Drip, who I was just mentioning, is I think someone who played on, I think it was Fnatic NA. It might have been some other .NA team. I don't remember exactly what. But does it matter? Not really, because right now everyone is on an equal playing field. Take a look at the bans real quick. There's nothing too notable except for Invoker, as well as the Nature's Prophet being, semi-questionable. Not questionable as in bad, but questionable as in, would you really want to ban those heroes out over others? I guess it worked out for them because About350 going for Rubik and Venomancer as their first picks, and Volcania opting for Slark Visage. So I would just say, as far as raw hero power goes, Volcania Gaming definitely taking the upper hand as far as that one is concerned. Slark is such a difficult hero to deal with, and of course Visage being one of, if not the best, support heroes in the game right now. So Volcania Gaming, Slark and Visage may play together, may not. Either way, it should be really powerful for their side. Then, of course, on the other end, you have About350 picking up the Rubik first pick, along with the Venomancer. Usually you don't see Rubik being picked up that early. He is a great support hero, yes, but usually you can afford to pick him up a little bit later. I mean, usually the CMs of the world, the Visages and Venomancers, they're the ones that are usually picked and even sometimes banned. Whereas Rubik is usually just, you could let him slip by. Mostly because he's not a really high damage support hero. He can do high damage once he gets level 6 and he steals the proper thing, but then at that point it's like you don't really need a high damage support hero. You really need the support hero to be really high damage at the level 3, 4, 5 mark. Level 6 and then you get questionable damage, that's not the best. So it's he's more of a utility hero, Venomancer. More on the utility side also, the damage that he can put out is pretty high, but definitely not the highest. And then they're going to go for a Lone Druid. So pretty interesting setup from About350. I think this might be the start of a decent push comp. Their bans in the Darkseer and Storm Spirit are a little bit strange, I would say. Darkseer is a very situational pick. Storm Spirit the same way, but either way, both teams going to look to ban out those mid lane heroes. I think Volcania prepping their Slark for the mid lane with a Puck as well as OD ban out, and then they'll try to protect their Slark as much as they possibly can with those two bans right now. And then Volcania, with their secondary support hero going to be the Bane, they might want to opt for a Mirana as their fourth. That wouldn't be too terrible, though. With the Bear on the field, landing the Nightmare Arrow combination is always a little bit difficult. You have to worry about teleporting bears and stuff like that, and there's just a little bit more trouble than it's worth. ATF responding to that with the Dragonite, so that's their mid lane hero. If it's DK versus Slark, Slark should have a pretty easy time there. It's going to be a little bit difficult for him to kill the Dragonite, but the Dragonite should not be able to kill the Slark. And Rubik and Venomancer, although they will be able to help in the ganks, they have the Telekinesis and the Gale, which is just Dark Pact, and you're good. So it'll be a little bit difficult to kill the Slark if he does go towards the mid lane. Dragonite not the burstiest of heroes, and then Volcania going to go with the Luna as their fourth. The primary carries, I would say, on both sides probably set up now. Although About350 can definitely go for another core hero. Something like a Timbersaw would be really great for them right now, but unfortunately not available to them. So how are they going to lane this? DK is probably going to go towards the mid lane, and Lone Druid usually does handle a lane by himself. He could do work in the tri-lane. However, he really needs levels. He really needs that bear to get that entangle. A Lone Druid without entangle is a very sad druid indeed. So that's why you usually see Lone Druid soloing lanes. Now, Lone Druid can go towards the mid lane, and you can protect Dragonite's farm. That could also be a thing, because the bear will constantly harass Slark and really make it difficult for him. And then, Lone Druid, even if he does get pounced, he'll be able to fight back semi-decently against the Slark. because the stat steal, of course, does not affect the bear, having no stats. So either way, Tree Fitty are looking pretty good. They need another core hero, though. They have a lot of pushing with the Dragonite pickup, Venomancer, and Lone Druid. That tri-hero pickup is going to be a lot of pushing. They could go super deep into the pushing and pick up a Pugna or a Death Prophet right now. They got the... Yeah, I think they are going to do that, because they banned out the Tinker, and that means that they want to push even harder without running into that wall of the March of the Machines. So about Tree Fitty is probably going... I would say go for a Pugna. No, maybe not a Pugna. I would say a Death Prophet. I mean, pretty much what the Death Prophet... The way Death Prophet pushes, I think, is a lot more effective than the way the Pugna pushes. Well, and also Pugna generally doesn't add as much as the Death Prophet, I would say, in outside of pushing scenarios. It's going to be a Juggernaut, so not really what I was expecting, but still a really, really good pushing hero, especially when you consider the fact that about Tree Fitty have very tanky heroes. Lone Druid, of course, with his true form on and his bear, both being very tanky, so the percentage HP regeneration of the healing ward going to be doing double duty. And then you have Dragonite as well, being Dragonite, very, very tanky. And then, just overall, a very kind of not .8 version push lineup. Like, this is a little bit of an older push lineup, but it's still, I would say, equally effective, especially if Lone Druid was able to abuse that armlet bug. Now, this would be a devastating lineup, but unfortunately that's not the case. It's not as deep into the pushing as you could possibly go with a Pugna or Death Prophet pick, but I would say it's definitely a lot safer, because even if they fail in their pushing, they have a Lone Druid, DK, and Juggernaut. Now, DK and Juggernaut aren't the best of the best late game heroes. Lone Druid is pretty damn good, but they'll be able to put up a good fight late game if their pushing doesn't work. But I don't think that's what they're hedging on. They want their pushing to work, and with the amount of pushing skills that they have, like once Dragonite hits level 6, once Lone Druid hits level 7, they could easily start taking towers. And that might be a little bit difficult, seeing as though the Lone Druid is probably going to get the shafts being up against Visage, Bane, and Luna. So it's definitely not a fun lane for the Lone Druid to be in. He will be zoned out pretty heavily, and he will have to be very careful as to where he farms. But assuming DK mid, Juggernaut with a Venomancer and a Rubik, they will be able to lock down whoever's in that lane pretty easily, I would say. Like, Slark would be able to escape it, so I think Volcania will probably want to pick up another mid hero. Put Slark against that tri-lane, let him survive, let him get the levels. He won't be as big of a issue as normal, but still he'll be pretty well defended against the likes of this tri-lane that's looking to be Juggernaut, Venomancer, Rubik. You do that. You could also run Tri-V-Tri against them, Visage, Bane, Luna, against Venomancer, Rubik, Juggernaut. I mean, the Bane as well as the Visage will benefit heavily from the Luna's aura no matter where you lane them, so I guess that doesn't really factor in either way, and it's going to be a Clockwork, so I think that might actually be a mid lane Clockwork. You see a Dragonite in the mid lane, pick up a Clockwork, you have the edge. Not only do you have the edge, you have like a huge edge, like a 50-foot edge from which you could fight on. That actually doesn't make sense, but that's okay, because we're not about making sense right now. A Clockwork versus a melee hero, I would say all melee heroes? Maybe with the exception of someone like Tidehunter. But it's been a while since I've seen that, so I don't know quite. I don't really know exactly if it's all melee heroes or just most. But either way, Clockwork versus melee is definitely a Clockwork favored matchup, and going towards the mid lane I think will probably be the best idea for Volcania right now, although Slark going towards the mid lane is also pretty good, and it looks like with Orange moving up, that's exactly what they're going to be looking to do. So let's go over who is playing what. We have on the Volcania side, it is going to be Ander playing the Clockwork, sitting on the top lane. Watch out for this, playing the support Bane along with Distasia on the support Visage. El Posho Loco is going to be on the Luna. I don't know what a Posho is, but it's crazy. And we have Juan CTC on the Slark. On the other end, about Tree Fitty, smoked up, looking for blood. It's going to be Narok playing the Rubik Derp on the support Venomancer. We have Dragonite being played by Dota the 2. Rikyu on the Juggernaut, and of course that leaves Chicken MC on the Lone Druid. Don't think they're going to be finding anyone right now, however they will be able to place the wards exactly how they want it to. The door of my room is not necessarily closed, just needs a little bit of a push. And I think I'm going to do that right now while it's paused, because I don't want to bug people. Okay, we're good. We're good. And we have a pause. And they're drawing on the map. What's going on, Volcania? We waited ages for you guys. Oh, if we're going to be like waiting for lag every so often. This is US East. This is US East. And they're not from US East. So, them's the rules. You got to abide by them. And we will actually start a tally of the pause timer because I think it is actually going to end up being an issue. And that is just the worst when you have to do stuff like this. No. What? No, don't do stopwatch and whatever, man. Just whatever. I'm not gonna bother. Still will say that was like a minute of pause. Who cares? I'll be generous. It looks like Juggernaut, Venomancer, as well as Rubik, they will run into the Clockwork. Clockwork not going to have the best of times here, though. Batteries, the Cogs mostly will keep him safe. Derp, Riku, as well as Narok. They're looking to jump this Clockwork very, very early, though, and they see him. Clockwork has been spotted. Begin the aggression with eating this tree and then jumping his ass. There's the spin into a gale. And Ander going to get lifted up into the air as well. The Blade Fury doing work, and that is going to be first blood. R.I.P. with the ninja ganks. Ander is going to die. First blood going to Venomancer. Unfortunately, Juggernaut not picking the last hit up on that one. Although, definitely he did the most damage out of all these heroes. That's just the way it goes. So, it's going to be Derp with already Boots of Speed, which is actually pretty devastating. No, actually, picking up Magic Stick as well as TP Scroll. Not going to have the mana for that, although he is going to get some real quickly. He'll be able to do support on this mid lane whenever it comes to that. And look, as we can see on this mid lane, this is exactly how it's going to be for most of it. The 2 is getting his ass kicked right now. He's lost so much stats. And Slark, although he's lost a good amount of regen as well, it looks like he's a lot closer to the bottle than the 2 is. So Juan going to have a firm grip on this lane, and it should be... Oh wait, no, bottle's already out for DK, so never mind. Juan a little bit behind actually, but his bottle is going to be coming out very, very soon. Derp using that TP scroll to get up to the top lane, going to give a little bit of support to Chicken MC up on the top side, where up against Tri-Lane, he's got to be very, very careful. Again, the bear is capable of taking away Nightmare, so watch out for this. Is not going to get the most value out of that spell, even though he took Brain Sap, so I guess he's not going to get any value out of that spell right now. Though the bear will allow the Lone Druid to last hit, try to mess with the creep wave a little bit. The Lone Druid on the offlane is a classic thing, and he should be relatively fine unless there is some very, very high amounts of aggression that is going to come out from the Volcania side. Whether or not that's going to happen remains to be seen. I mean, we do have Derp, who's going to do a little bit of pulling, or I guess just killing off of the neutrals that is now going to be blocked. So turning into dual lanes for the ATF side, I think that's perfectly reasonable. The Juggernaut with level 3 should be very, very capable of killing off a Clockwork with the help of a Rubik. All you need is a lift up, and then once you get the Juggernaut gets boots, which is going to be a lot sooner than the Clockwork getting boots, then he'll be able to spin him down. And a level 2 spin versus a level 2 Clockwork, that's definitely enough to kill him off, especially when you factor in a couple of right clicks and when you factor in the Rubik's Fade Bolt, which the Rubik did not have in the level 1 gank. So that lane is, for all intents and purposes, on complete lockdown. Mid lane, not so much. There's not much that the Dragon Knight can actually do about this Slark matchup except for try not to die. He's been staying very, very even on the CS, so good on him so far, though. I expect things to get a little bit more difficult. Breathe Fire can only get you so far, especially since once Slark gets to level 6, the lane is going to be all his. Like the DK, the way he works in lane is not bursty at all. He has one burst spell and the Breathe Fire, and then everything else aside from that, it's all chip. So like right now it's going to be pretty effective, but in a little bit, not so much. Bear from Chicken MC can take a lot of damage. It will go down. That's 300 gold. I believe Pocho Loco took that one. That's definitely not something you want to have. That was basically giving the Luna a tower for free. Gale gonna fly though. Pocho Loco gonna take a lot of damage. The bear enfeebled up, only doing 13 damage, but with the Orb of Venom doing a lot anyway. But there's a denial from Distasia. Is there Enfeeble? Is there Entangle? There is not. Watch out for this. Trying to get out of there. Narok gonna get a little bit close as well. Lift up the Siege. I didn't even know you could do that. I've never tried to do that. I just assumed that didn't work. But Narok using his I guess it would work. I mean, if you're lifting stuff up, you can lift up anything, right? So he's gonna take out the he's gonna take up the siege creep and looking at the mid lane. Juan, and once again go strong onto the DK. Dragon Tail going to keep him safe. There was a courier kill. I believe it was the Radiance courier. Yes, it was the Radiance courier. Oh shit, that's not the right button. Okay, there we go. Where was the Radiance courier? The Dragon Knight dove and killed it. So I don't really know what happened to the courier, but it definitely died. It's kind of gonna balance out the death of the bear on the top side, though. El Pocho Loco once again in a lot of trouble. He's slowed down to a crawl, and the right clicks will be enough. The range creeps doing that one. Chicken MC also on the run, though. Soul Assumption, big damage coming out from the Visage, and now Derp can try to 1v2. He has a lot of creep support here, but he is behind the tier 1 tower. Fortunately for him, the tier 1... Oh, no, unfortunately for him, tier 1 tower is very unfriendly. He's going to go down, split the gold, and El Pocho Loco. I don't know if he was in there in time to get the experience or not. But now a tri-lane up on about tree 50 for their top lane. It's going to mean that it gets a little bit messier. Lone Druid, pre-level 3 bear, is again not a very great hero to have in tri-v-tri situations because he only lends damage. And when you have a hero that's only lending damage to a tri-lane, it's probably going to be a pretty weak tri-lane. I mean, he does have a big body in the bear, but they could just effectively ignore it because, again, it has no entangle. So it's not the strongest right now. Once Lone Druid does get to 5, he will be able to lend some sort of crowd control to the lane. Of course, it's far from consistent. Like, it's probably one of the least consistent disables in Dota, unless you're Admiral Bulldog, in which case everything is kind of switched around. Actually, we don't know how lucky Chicken MC is just yet, so we'll see. We'll see. But on the bottom side, Ander gonna get spun down. Fade Bolt being used. Fade Bolt does have a slightly higher cast range than the Telekinesis. Unfortunately, Rubik not able to get in there in time. Now in the mid lane, the two pounced up. There's Dark Pack. Soul Shumpton as well. Pop goes the DK. It's a free kill for Juan CDC. And give him his level 6. I think he might have already had it. But either way, lots of regen for this guy. Slark is now never going to leave this lane. You can't push him out unless there's a dedicated gank. And Derp and Narok, again, they don't have the most damage between these two heroes. They're mostly all about the slow. They're mostly all about letting the Lone Druid and letting the Juggernaut do the damage, while the Rubik and Venomancer provide the crowd control, provide the utility. They could try to go for kills like right now when he's kind of weak, but it's probably not going to result in the best, especially when they're completely spotted out by the enemy Visage. That is not going to fly, and, well, Slark, finding himself a haste rune, could probably look towards the bot lane. There is an Omni Slash up on the Juggernaut, though he is without mana to cast it. Blade Fury should keep him relatively safe, and now, too, he is going to pop his Dragon form. Looks like they want to go for this tier 1 tower push. Derp. Let's take a look at his leveling. He's actually gone for 2 points Gale, 2 points Instinct. It's a very aggressive build on the Venomancer. Not what I would expect, given the pushing-oriented comp that about 350 have drafted for themselves. You would probably want to have as much of as much pushing power as you could possibly get with the wards. They don't do that much damage when they're low level, but it's still something that the tower could attack when you're waiting for creeps. You know, just another thing that the enemy has to worry about. Chicken MC now does have level 5 on the Druid, so now his bear is actually a threat. Like, even enfeebled, which it will be enfeebled, he'll be able to do quite a bit of work, and it looks like some shenaniganry? No, they're not going to burrow through those trees. Still, the Dragon form is up. Here comes Juan, popping up the Dark Pack. He does have a haste rune as well with the Visage right behind him. They do have support coming in the form of the Bane. With the DK form running out, I don't think ATF can fight this. They're going to spot out Watch for this, though. He's a little bit too far away, a little bit too quick. And it looks like we're about to have a party on the mid lane. The two, got to be a little bit careful. If he gets pounced, he's probably going to take enough damage to kill him, I would say. It is decently tanky. 1 point in the Dragon's Blood only, however, with Power Tread strength up. He might be able to take down someone before he does go down, but it will be close. Taking a look back at this bottom lane, looks like Juggernaut forced to salve up. He got popped to the Battery Assault. Now Hookshot is up on Clockwork. Now Clockwork can actually afford to leave this lane, make some stuff happen on the sides. And El Pocho Loco on the top lane might be in a little bit of trouble. Do see a roaming party of Narok as well as Derp. Trying to make stuff happen, though Luna a little bit too close to her tower. Looks like they're going to wait for it anyway. Here comes a hasted Slark. There goes a hasted Slark. Drive-by. Okay, he just wanted to get the Invis rune, which is fine. Double runes are pretty ridiculous. Here we go. El Pocho Loco lifted up into the air. Gale's going to fly as well. How many hits does he need to land an Entangle? It doesn't really matter, because he got like 3, 4, and he didn't get a single one. He got the kill anyway, though, so that's completely fine. But we have a Ninja Slark with no more haste rune, though he does have the Shadow Dance, being able to spot out Chicken MC. But that's 1,000 HP with a lot of armor. That's a lot to go through. I mean, Shadow Dance or not, it's still a lot of things. There we go. Haunting CDC going to pounce onto Derp Derp. A lot of damage. Gale will fly, and it will get lifted up into the air, thrown back as well. Shadow Dance will not let him keep up, but Narok now in a lot of trouble. Juan going to get in there with another Dark Pact into a Soul Assumption. Derp Derp getting a little bit too close. He's going to get initiated upon again. I don't really know what that was about. Now Chicken MC trying to get out of there. There is an Eclipse, though. A couple too many creeps. It's a double kill for Juan CDC regardless. Should have only been a double Derp Derp walking in when really he should not have. Just getting a little bit too close, tagged with the Great Chill, and that is going to be that. That is going to mean that the 2 is going to be pushing the tier 2 tower, albeit very, very lightly. And yeah, Chicken MC not getting many roots, although in all fairness, it wouldn't have mattered either way. So a little bit of damage going to the tier 2 tower, but now we have Slark on the hunt. He sees a very tasty can of meat, and he's going to pack out the rest of that Dragon Tail. The 2 now is forced to stand and fight, but that is not a fight that you're going to win. Another Dark Pact is up. Pounce up in 6, 5, 4. He's pushing it a little bit. There is no TP support, though, and he doesn't know that. There's a Pounce. There's Dark Pact. He's going to fall back. Tower with a third of a Dragon Tail is just a little bit too much after having used your Pounce already. Juggernaut still chilling on the bottom lane. Has his drum completed whenever he wants to. Though still the tri-lane on the top lane stands. Spirit Bear with the phase boots up, so he'll be able to chase people down and not root them, because that's how Spirit Bear works. But they're going to push a top tower again regardless. This time there is no invisible Slark to start things off. Level 1 Plague Wards are up on Derp Derp. Just a couple points more of damage, only 10. It's pretty pathetic, but especially when you consider the armor that the tower has. They will, regardless of that fact, take down that tower. Whoa, on the bottom lane. Juggernaut getting picked off by a ganking party of Visage, and it looks like a Bane Fiend's Grip, yep. But it looks like, oh, dragons, okay, Illusion Rune. Looks like they're going to go for, they're going to get a Dragon Tail on Juan. It's not really going to matter too much. Chicken MC going to stick the bear on him. 1 hit, no entangle. No first entangle, it's going to be one of those games, isn't it? Poison Dragon form doing work, and El Pocho Loco getting hit with the Fade Ball, dropping very, very low. Can be forced to salve up. Fortunately for him, he does have one of them, but still, the damage is going to keep on flowing. Tower already down to half HP. They really wish they had a healing ward right about now. They're going to back up right now, the Enfeeble on the bear, making it do a little bit less damage. That is only level 1 Enfeeble? Yeah, it is only level 1 Enfeeble. But then again, no, it's level 7 Bane. It's pretty standard build regardless, though, so that's fine. Push from ATF, unsuccessful in taking the tower, however, very successful in pulling a lot of attention away from the other lanes. DK going to get a then Dragon Form onto Volcania's Destaja. That's going to bring him down, but Dragon Knight taking a lot of damage as well. Watch out for this. Going to get finally entangled. Riku, though, going to get put in the cogs. There's the Omni Slash. It will jump him out of the cogs. What an Omni Slash. That was lucky as hell. Spirit Bear on the way out. There is the Shadow Dance from Juan trying to make his way out as well. There's not enough that can catch up to him, but the healing ward is down. That is a level 2 healing ward. Everyone going to receive so much effective HP. The healing ward value is absolutely huge. And now the bear, once again on the front lines, does not quite... He doesn't have the Spirit Bear. Maybe that's why he wasn't doing that much damage. Chicken MC opting not to go for level 4 Spirit Bear and get that extra damage from the Demolish. That is... Well, at the very least, it's not standard. Because generally you want your bear to have more health and to attack faster and to, actually be tankier. But I'm sure you will get that eventually, maybe level 9? Usually you get that as soon as possible. I don't think... Well, Synergy might add more, who knows, I don't play Lone Druid. But anyway, we see Narok in a ton of trouble, stealing the wrong spell. He's going to get a good lift off onto Watch Out for this, but now he is as good as frickin' dead. There's Lucid Beam, Nightmare actually being stolen. Narok dropping all the spells he has before he goes down, but it was inevitable. 7 to 8 right now, but the tower advantage is in favor of, well, Juan, you're going to pick a fight with Chicken MC, going to summon up another bear. Chicken MC might have just wasted that bear. Pounce, going to be up soon enough. There's the entangle that he needed, though. Finally coming in time. And he's going to be happy about that. If that entangle did not happen, he would have just wasted a bear summon. And that is not what you want to have happen. Bottom lane, in the meantime, has been pushed down by the Juggernaut as well as the Dragon Knight, popping in the Invisibility Rune immediately. Looks like they want blood in the mid lane. Invisibility out of Dragon Tail out of Invisibility, one of the best ways you could possibly have of starting a fight at this stage of the game. And he's going to go for a BKB straight after that. And it looks like they don't have an Omni Slash just yet. They might have been spotted out by a sentry. No, it looks like it won't. There's the hit for slow, but no Dragon Tail. They're instead going to go for Watch Out for this. And Watch Out for this, I don't think you can escape this. Nightmare Yourself, possibly for denial. Nightmare Yourself, no. Venomancer with the Plague Wards. gonna get the last hit. Poison Sting level 2. Yeah, it does some pretty good damage. And now Venomancer gonna go a little bit deeper into the pushing. They've taken down quite a few tier 1 towers, tier 2 in the middle lane, dropping a little bit low as well, but it looks like Roshan might be the objective. They do have a medallion up on the Venomancer, level 3 wards as well. Juggernaut and DK, not the best heroes at killing off the Roshan as far as speed goes. But as far as safety goes, you can't ask for anything better than a healing ward. This is going to be a very safe Roshan. Not the fastest Roshan in the world. Familiar is going to be scouting this out. I think ATF, though, they can still keep fighting this. The bear is going to be just a hop, skip, and a jump away. Tier 1 mid lane tower is still up. And let's see if there's going to be any contest from Volcania. Juan trying to push out the mid lane. The Chicken MC, though, is more than capable of pushing out this Slark, especially if he gets an entangle. But what are the chances of that happening, right? Roshan, let's see how dendy these familiars are. Really? Really? Are you serious? You gotta be shitting me. He doesn't have a slot. No one has a slot. Aegis denied. Come on, guys. Come on. Wow. That's why you prep your slots for Roshan. That just happened. Denial of the that should not have happened. That was a really big mistake by Rikyu. He must have been by the DK. He was definitely looking like he was going to take the Aegis. Drop the TP scroll. It's 135 gold. You can get that later. So now they got the gold and experience from Roshan, which is something, but still not really why you want to go for the big guy in the first place. Tower is going to die regardless. See if the familiars can make it 2 for 2. They won't be able to. Regardless, the tier 2 tower does go down. Looks like Slark looking to make that a trade. But ATF, they're not going to look to make any trades. They want the tier 3. With the Dragon Knight DK form still up in the healing ward. Pretty safe in the back. The hook shot in. Gonna catch Chicken MC as well as Rikyu. Ander might have bitten off a little more than he could chew. Eclipse gonna drop Chicken MC very low, and he's gonna go down. Bet he wishes he has an Aegis now. Rikyu on the way out. Does have an Omni Slash, and he's gonna use it on Tuan, but he's leaning to the Shadow Dance. Rikyu is gonna be forced to go down. Dragon Knight as well as the Rubik both on their way out, but Juan already picking up a double kill. And the chase is on. Slark with the Shadow Dance, Shadow Blade as well will not hit the pounce, and the two will just barely escape. No mana for anything from the Bane, but it's 4 people down from ATF. And, well, I'm just going to point this out. The DK, even if he did pick up the Aegis, he lived, so I guess in the long run it didn't matter. But either way, you can see the gold per minute advantage is truly flowing for the ATF side. With so many towers in advantage, you would kind of understand why. And their entire lineup is above the Luna, with the exception of the hardest support, the Rubik. And they're going to use that gold to good use. We have Urn Shadows, Medallion of Courage, Arcane Boots on the Venomancer. So he's pretty stacked. Nothing too big on him, but still a lot of the small items is pretty useful. Rubik going to go for a Force Staff. Should have that one in by the 25-minute mark, assuming he doesn't die every single fight. Top lane, though, Juan going to go once again for Chicken MC. It's going to just be a pounce into a TP out. No, he's going to fight it out. Man fight time, but Shadow Dance is there. Bear wasting his Entangle luck on a creep. And it looks like Chicken MC will walk away from that one. Take a quick look at everyone else. Juggernaut is packing around a Yasha, Phase Boots, and Drums. He is very, very quick, but if he gets initiated upon right in melee range, it won't be too great for him. Dragon Knight looking for a Dragon Tail. Still not yet at his BKB, though this last survival will help him out. Might not be a survival just now, though. There's the spin. Going to do a lot of damage to watch for this. A lot of value spin, but Omni Slash is not there. Rikyu does not have any support. He's going to chase down the Luna and will get the kill with the Blade Dance. That was one hell of a lucky Blade Dance. 15% chance to get a kill, and he got it. What a lucky roller. Looks like all the luck is away from Lone Druid and onto the Juggernaut. By the way, it's a 2 for 1. Luna falling further and further behind, but in exchange for Juggernaut and DK, you take that trade as many times as you can. And now the tower going to drop lower and lower. It probably will go down. Nothing that ATF has to respond to this is in the area. Derp instead going to set up wards for the tier 2 tower. I don't really think Volcania is going to look towards doing that. Take a quick look at the Chicken MC's farm. He does have Hand of Midas and another Glove of Haste on a Spirit Bear. Is that going to be a Lightning Hammer? I believe it is. Yes, it's definitely going to be a Lightning Hammer. So Maelstrom is going to be the item of choice. Generally, it is the item that you get when you simply can't get a Radiance, but that's completely fine. It is a very good item on Lone Druid. I love getting it. Unfortunately, you never really go for Mjolnir, because you can't use the static charge unless you want to drop $1,000 on the energy booster. but that's not really a terribly huge deal. Just go Maelstrom into AC, and then the Spirit Bear is pretty damn tanky. Drinking problem, guys. I had a drinking problem ever since the war. But we do have a pause right now, so we can take a look at the items on the other side of the game. I don't expect there to be that much of clockwork. I'm going to buy up his mechanism recipe along with the buckler, so I wonder what item he is going for. He's 235, so not the best score for him, but still not doing too terribly. Bane with absolutely nothing. 1400 gold on him. I think Arcane Boots should be the pickup once he gets back into this game. Visage with 2200 Gs, 516, that's Soul Assumption. Just doing work, though, only level 8. With a score like 516, you would kind of expect him to be a higher level, but either way, Medallion, a good starting point for Visage, and it looked like it's going to be Aghanims for him. With Mech going up on the clockwork already, I don't see why not. El Pocho Loco, well, a little bit of Indecision is going to be the build for him. Leaning towards Helm of the Dominator, leaning back towards BKB, going for neither. I don't know. I mean, both, but he definitely needs both. But 046 can't really expect too much from this Luna. She does have a lot of gold, like all things considered, but she just needs a lot more space. And ATF, they're probably going to look towards going towards the bot lane soon enough. There's maxed out healing ward. The bear should have his lightning hammer very shortly. And of course, they have all the other pushing in the form of the Dragon Knight, who is now level 11, so level 2 DK form on him. Or Elder Dragon form. DK form is that's not actually right. That doesn't actually mean anything. The bottom lane tower, you're not long for life, sorry bro. And of course in the last hero we have Slark 611 on him, level 13. He's gonna really be the driving force behind Volcania. It's gonna be Slark keeping this team afloat. I mean Slark with Luna Eclipse behind him. And Eclipse level 2, pretty devastating skill, assuming the healing ward is down. But still, ATF, they have tanky heroes, and Rubik, does he have any null field? He doesn't have any null field just yet. I think that is probably the correct decision. So let's get this show on the road, guys. Let's watch as ATF all go towards the bottom lane tower and try to crush that. Dragon Knight, though, unfortunately dying in the middle lane. He's a little bit away from his BKB. I think that's probably the item timing that they're waiting for. Get the 20-minute BKB up, which is not the fastest in the world, but still it's completely functional enough. And then everyone goes towards the bot lane. They could try to crack the mid lane again. The fortification still down, but by the time they actually get geared up, well, they do have a Maelstrom up. They have some big items. So between the Maelstrom as well as the BKB, their heroes just take a huge leap in power. If they get a kill on Juan, that'll be absolutely huge, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Need an Omnislash after Shadow Dance, and that's a tall order, to say the least. So they're just going to gear up, I think, for a push soon enough. They're all going to go into the jungle. A smoke gank might not be the worst way to start off that attempt. Looks like Chicken instead going to go to the bot lane. Put the lightning hammer to good use in clearing off this creep wave. And the rest of his team just going to get a couple more items up. Looks like they're stacking up on sentries. They know that the Slark is a big issue, and Dust is not going to stick on the little fish. Juggernaut going to go for the Aghanim Scepter of his own, and, well, ATF, they're taking a little bit of a reprieve from the previous pushing, possibly waiting for another Roshan. Let's see if they could actually grab the Aegis this time. It's going to be a little bit till he gets back up. I think they should be pressuring the bottom lane right now. They feel relatively safe. I mean, they have sentry coverage everywhere, so the Slark is not going to catch them anytime soon. But are these levels on the supports really worth it? Maybe a level 9 on Venomancer for level 4 rather, Plague Wards. That would add to their pushing quite a bit. But aside from that, their pushing as far as skills are concerned is pretty much topped out. I guess Chicken MC could still get... Well, he doesn't have Demolish. I really am not too sure about this. If you're going to be playing a passive farming lone druid, then I could see the argument for this. It's understandable. Well, Clockwork, is he going to go in? Probably not. I could see the argument for it. Because you'll be like, we don't really need the Demolish. The benefits that the bear level gives is not huge. I would still say it's huge, but for argument's sake, it's not the biggest. But if you're going to be pushing towers, you get the Demolish. Because it's really good. It makes you do bonus damage versus towers. I don't know why you would get that. I'm going to ask him about that after this game, I think. And I will let you guys know. Because Rabbit, I mean, Rabbit's a pretty good skill. More attack speed's always really good, but still, Demolish? I don't know. I don't know. Bottom lane's being defended pretty heavily by the Radiant side. Slark is single-handedly keeping all of ATF back. I think they are waiting for this level 9 Venomancer. That's why he's so aggressively farming this jungle. Just getting a couple stacks up. Narok gonna get a point in null field up as well. 5% magic resistance isn't going to be a ton, but still it's something. And now Derp, yes, he is gonna get the level 9, put his skill point towards the Plague Wars, and then they go. So that's exactly what they're waiting for. Just needed that one level. Though I think just by straight pushing the bottom lane, they could have picked that up. So either way, their pushing is, oh, smoking up. Okay, there we go. That smoke was not spotted by that flare, and, well, and judging by that timing, he's going to be caught completely unawares of this. Especially if he hook shots in. No, he's not. He's going to bail. However, watch out for this. You might have to watch out for this. No, the smoke not going to catch anyone. And it looks like this smoke gank is going to fail. In the meantime, Juan up on the top lane doing Slark things. Split pushing it out, and Lone Druid forced to go up there to deal with him. He is still smoked up, but that's not really going to make a difference either way. Bottom lane, the pressure has been stymied by the split push of the Slark. And Slark's split pushing, it's not exactly like Nature's Prophet or Tinker or anything like that. But it's still pretty damn good, because one hero is rarely enough to kill off a Slark. You need 2, you need 3. And when you're doing that, when you're forcing that many heroes back, hell, you're buying your team so much space. You're buying your Luna space to get a BKB up, and then, of course, Helm of the Dominator shortly after. And also, you're delaying the push. So Juggernaut's Healing Ward's currently being dead. The GK has his Elder Dragon form, also not a skill that's being used right now. And Lone Druid, I guess you're giving Lone Druid enough time to get his 4th point in Spirit Bear. That's something, I guess. They're just going to wait for Roshan, it looks like, though. Not going to push the tower without that substantial amount of backup. We do see a big smoke up now from the Volcania side. They might catch this Lone Druid. Chicken MC, the bear is going to reveal the fact that, well, Juan is right there, and Chicken MC, you got to bail. So he doesn't know if there's a smoke gank going on right now, but what he does know is that the Slark is around, and that's enough, I think. And now he knows the Clockwork's around as well. So they're just going to chill until Roshan. It's going to be up in, well, about like 15 seconds or something like that. Clock reading is hard, but I'll see if I can get it down. Nope, it's going to be a little bit less than that. It was actually just 6 seconds. That clock is not specific at all. So it wasn't my fault, guys. Roshan is up. Let's see. ATF, your challenge, your mission if you choose to accept it. Slay the beast. Pick up the item. The first part is like should be easier than the second part. Still, the split push is going to happen on the top lane, and that's going to be very, very annoying, though. Slark, when you change the focal point of the match to the Roshan pit, makes split pushing a little bit more difficult because he does not have boots of travel, and I don't think he's going to be getting that anytime soon either. He's going to spend a lot of money. It's going to be a... Holy Jesus. It's going to be a full friggin' Eye of Scotty. Okay, he's on the top of the gold chart for a reason, right? Thought he was a little bit light with the Shadow Blade as well as the Orb of Venom only. But that's a big item that he's picking up right now, as long as it doesn't get picked off in transit. Split pushing the bottom lane, while ATF, feels like they've kind of lost focus right now. They're really just not doing anything. They're just farming up the jungle, getting some more items up. They have a push comp, and they could definitely, I would say, they would... Now, let me start again. They're definitely capable of pushing still. It's not like they're brick-walled by anything, except for a Slark, which is it's just something that's dangerous, yes. But they should very well be capable of pushing down some towers, or at least pressuring. I mean, there's another tier 2 tower that they could take. Might as well try to go for that, or Roshan, or both. Now Juan, he's going to be non-killable. That Eye of Scotty giving quite a little bit of stat growth. And Juan, 1, 2, 3. 3 hits, no entangle. What is the percentage of entangle anyway? 20? Alright, so still within the realm of mathematical possibility that. Needed 2 more for the expected value to be 1. Because math. But the bottom lane is actually being pushed by the Volcania side. BKB up on Luna, and the tower will be denied. 1 right click from Derp. Not bad. He's going to pick up the mech on his team as well. So the Venomancer packing all the support items. Meantime, top lane being pushed very, very hard. Someone's got to deal with that. It's going to be the Luna. And I think once they see the Luna go to that area, they're going to instantly go for Roshan. They are going to not do that at all. ATF definitely losing focus right now, but I think going towards the Roshan pit is the right course of action. There you go. Familiars will be right around the corner, however. And hook shot in. Who got caught? It's going to be Derp. Gonna 1v1 Ander. It looks like he does have support in Narok though, and the Cogs pushing him up to the high ground. He's gonna try to get out of there with the teleport. It's gonna be enough. Rikyu deciding to hold onto his Omni Slash, and that will result in the escape of Clockwork, and Derp gets out of there alive as well. One familiar will not go down. All familiars live. God, what's going on with this game? Everyone's having so many issues. But I guess it's better now than when Roshan is at 73 HP. That's when you don't want your mouse issues to happen, because you might lose the Aegis. And that would be disastrous. Alright, so Roshan, definitely going to be the next objective, though at this point, El Pocho Loco, after that little bit of a skirmish from Orange, going to be a little bit closer with that Eclipse. However, Clockwork without the hookshot, without the mech for his team, and of course all of the skills. It's going to mean that this fight is going to be, well, it should be even actually. Derp not going to be in the area, so there's going to be no mech on either side. However, Derp does have an easier way of getting back into this fight, though not without TP, so never mind. With that reasoning, I think ATF, yeah, you should back off from this one. You're without your Venomancer, and the other team's without their Clockwork, but Venomancer, I think, is probably even more valuable for ATF than Clockwork is for Volcania. The Cogs are going to be a huge deal, but that's about it. Juan, let's see if he could live from this one. He is pacted out. Dragon Tail will get rid of all of it, or the Pact will get rid of all of it. There's the dust, and Juan going to run into the bear. You actually can't escape a Spirit Bear with Rabid, unless he messes up the micro, then you can. But Juan is still dusted up. He does have a Shadow Blade in time. Dragon Tail, it's not going to land. Juan is now, safe. Omni Slash? No. You can't kill the Slark, guys. You cannot. It is literally impossible. They force out a TP. That might push them into the Roshan pit. It's Basher on Spirit Bear. He's holding all the hammers in the game. And yeah, it looks like they are going to go for Roshan. It's going to be a lot faster now that the Lone Druid has a big damage item, or big damage on the bear. But again, these familiars, guys. Also, Clockwork Hookshot will be absolutely huge if you could wall in the melee heroes in the back of the Roshan pit. Here come the familiars, and Rikyu, or no, he's going to spin out. I was just going to say, spinning to prevent the stun from the familiars, but it is the Lone Druid to pick up the Aegis, and one familiar does go down. Meantime, El Pocho Loco picking up a Yasha of his own. He's going to back off from the Lone Druid, teleporting up to the top lane. So ATF, they got the Roshan, they get the Aegis. The big question is, what do they do with that? Because defending your lanes, it's all well and good, but at a certain point, you just got to go for it. Maybe at this point, they're interested in taking this in the late game. They're still pretty far ahead of the Luna, like, all things considered. The gold earned starting to stagnate, where the XP earned is still in favor of Volcania on the back of that Slark. So ATF, if you sit for a little bit too long, I think it might still favor them slightly, but they have wasted potential right now. So it looks like their objective is just taking the late game. They have an an Aghanimed up Omni Slash soon to be on the way, and Juan using his pack. Now's the time to go. There's the Force Staff in. He has Shadow Dance still though, and Dragon Tail not in time. Shadow Dance TP. It's broken. And ATF, they don't have anything with the exception of a slam from a telekinesis on someone else that could break that. You know, no LSA, no stomps in this game. At least for ATF. Well, Slark gonna live once again, but that was pretty much as good as you can ask for. Seeing him use his Dark Pact and then jumping in with the telekinesis. Unfortunately, just not enough. So ATF starting to stagnate right now, though late game it should be fine for them. Courier, what are you doing, Courier? What? Well, okay. There's an Aghanim Scepter up now on the Juggernaut, level 2 Omni Slash, so if he catches the Slark without his stuff, he might be able to get him, but he has Shadow Dance, he has Shadow Blade, he has Pounce, try to get some distance towards a Creep Wave or something like that. It's going to be difficult. Looks like everyone's going to go instead towards the mid lane. Screw the tier 2 bottom lane, they have the Aegis still, you gotta use it. And they have all their power on this lane. Feeble, going to start things off with that bear. Nightmare for the bear as well. But there it goes, Derp taking it away, but now Derp might be in a little bit of trouble. No, Bear's still in the front lines. It's tanky enough to take a couple tower shots, and now the Dragon Form from the 2 back up as well. There's the fortification. Top lane is being pushed still by the Luna, though the teleportation is coming back. Spirit Bear is going to fly through, but oh, you don't want to be going that far in, Ander. The Slark is there as well, going to go straight for Chicken MC, though entangled up The Juan TCTC is going to pop into the Shadow Dance form. Eclipse is going to happen as well. Burn down a whole bunch of people. Chicken MC going to burn the Aegis. The Lone Druid Bear will take out the Luna by the time he dies. Now Juan will packed out of that stun. It's going to be a double kill so far for Derp. Ricky already using his Omni Slash. 3 down so far for Volcania. It's a 2v3 up as it stands right now with the buyback from the Clockwork. Familiars are still around though. There they go. Ricky does not have a healing ward right now. Here comes Slark from the back. Chicken MC going to turn into the wrong form at the wrong time. Juan going to get stunned up. He will pounce away, however. He should be relatively fine. The rest of ATF, they have to back off because Luna is back. It's a 3v3 and they still don't have their healing ward. If they did, they would be pushing that tower, pushing those Raxes. And they, instead of going for the ranged Rax, go for melee. So the damage will not stick for very long. They take the tier 3 tower. Take a relatively even trade, all things considered. They lose the Aegis, they lose 2 in exchange for 3 and a buyback. So I guess it does favor them either way. So it's just a matter of time before they want to try that again. But you see the power of that Slark of now a level 3 Eclipse Luna with the BKB. The Lone Druid simply could not do enough damage to burn through that BKB of the Luna. Luna just stood and fought. Ultimately did go down in the end. Wait, did Luna buy back? Yes, she did. Okay, so 2 buybacks on the Volcania side. So totally worth it for ATF. But as I was saying, they could have done that a long time ago. I mean, they waited, and I think probably waiting benefited Volcania a little bit more than it benefited ATF. Though, well, no big items coming up in Volcania, whereas ATF had the Omni Slash and stuff like that, so I guess it's all fair enough. Mid lane probably going to be the next priority, though they will not have Roshan. They will have an AC, though. That'll make pushing a lot easier. If he gets the AC, then what is the Bear going to get? That's the big question. Bear is going to go for Demon Edge. Okay. Gonna go for that MKB most likely. And now Juan, he's completely surrounded, although he does not know it. Chicken MC. Oh no, it's actually gonna be a bait on the top lane. Rikyu. Yeah, he's gonna get pounced on by Juan. Dark Pact as well. The team is right behind him. Chicken MC. Send the Bear. But Shadow Dance. You can't actually kill this guy. Not yet. Especially with Haste Rune. You doubly cannot kill this guy. He's going to live twice. And that Slark just being so damn slippery, slowing ATF down so much. Aghanim Scepter now being picked up on Visage. Are they really going to wait for another Roshan? I hate it when games come to this. It's like, okay, well, we're going to make a push every single time we have an Aegis. Not until then. Alright, Juan, can you go 1v1 with Chicken MC? Chicken MC is doing a lot of damage to you, though, so probably not, although you can turn this one around, I would say. There's the hit, there's the pounce, Dark Pact. Well, probably should have Dark Pacted. He has no basher, so Chicken MC is just going to be free to teleport out. The Bear is going to live as well. In the meantime, Juggernaut probably going to chop down the, Omni Slash being used, killing off the Bane. Can they get anything off of this? They have the Lone Druid back at base. They have Derp farming the jungle for, I don't know, 4 staff probably. If they get the kill with the Omni Slash, it's at this point I'd say still worth it to go for one hero kills with the Omni Slash, though you could definitely kill 2 if you find them in the right situation. Or more. I think he did a lot more in the last fight. Could have gotten like 2 or 3. And now he has level 3 Omni Slash, so more value, more value. Everyone's going to go back to the mid lane. Looks like they're not going to wait for Roshan. Good thing that. No one wants to wait for that. Ain't nobody got time for Roshan. And I think now it's going to be them going for the range racks. It's softer, it's easier to take, and it's not going to regenerate. Though, they're going to go for the melee. Go big or go home, right? Here come 3 Familiars. Going to do some damage onto Ricky, dropping down very low. He's not going to be able to put down the healing ward or Omni Slash. It looks like he's taking a lot of damage, though he's still very much so alive. Omni Slash there. No, it's not going to latch. And now Dota 2 going to get Phoenix Gripped up, BKB or not. He is probably going to take a lot of damage and go down as well. The Glaives, look at them go. Derp taking a lot of damage from the Glaives. El Pusha Loco going to get a triple kill. There was no healing ward. There was no Omni Slash right there. And Volcania, they absolutely clean up. Clockwork manages to live as well. And Chicken MC is on the run. TP out. Familiar stomps. They are not there. He's going to live. But Volcania, they're on the crackback now. They can go for a tier 2 tower of their own. With DK as well as Juggernaut down, they'll feel free to take this tower. There's a buyback from Juggernaut. And Omni Slash can kill off the likes of Luna. However, Juan, I mean, he could just take hits from the tower all day long. And then find free TP scrolls. What a good guy. Although if one gets bashed up by the Bear that much, it's probably not a good idea. But he has a basher of his own, so no more free TPs away from the Slark. So mid lane, gonna get brought down, slowly but surely. There it goes. And are they gonna keep going? They have 15 seconds to go. I think they could probably take a top tier 2 Yeah, pushing the base is probably a little bit ambitious for them at this point. The pings are out for the top tier 2. And they're not going for it. Luna's going to go for the bottom side, going to farm some Ancients. Yeah, they're not going to be able to take another tower. Alright, ATF. You have 30 seconds till your DK forms up again. They have a little bit of a ways away to go before the MKB is up on the bear. But really, they just need these spells to be used. The Juggernaut was completely locked down. The DK was completely locked down. Fiend's Grip went on for the full duration, doing no damage because of a BKB, but still holding out that DK, so he's not going to be able to get any value off of his splash, off of his Assault Cuirass. Looks like they're not phased, though. They're just going to go for it. The only thing that they don't have up right now is the Nova from Venomancer, but it'll be up by the time they get to the base. Bane does have his ultimate. Luna, 30 seconds away from hers. This is actually a pretty good timing from ATF. Going on the crackback, they'll be able to get this set of Raxes, or at least take it a lot easier than last time. Unless they clump up. Rikyu, once again on the front lines, the melee Raxes will get fortified this time. Here comes Juan. He will get Dragon Tail up, but a huge cogs from the Ander on the sideline. Rikyu will this time drop the healing ward, and nothing is going to attack it. There it goes. Actually, Omni Slash will bring down the Bane. He's going to chop through all the creeps, unfortunately. The Familiar is taking all those hits. The 2 standing his ground now. Juan going to try to once again pounce onto the 2. He will get that, but he is entangled now. Shadow Dance not available, and the bear. The bear will go down, but I think there is another one. There is. Buybacks galore from the Volcania side, and it looks like ATF. They take a good trade there, but without the Omni Slash, without a bear alive, or without a backup bear rather, they're going to be forced to back off. TPing out is everyone from the ATF side. They take the Raxes as well. They get what they came for, and they leave. Nice clean play from ATF, and big difference in that last fight. Omni Slash went off from Juggernaut. That is an Aghanimed up Omni Slash. So you can take a quick look at that. You get another 3 jumps from that. Also, decreases cooldown. So it's pretty nice to have. He'll be able to have that relatively shortly. So doing a lot of damage with that. He got the healing ward off for 3 or 4 seconds, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you look at how much the healing ward does, you can see how much value it actually gave them. And DK that fight was actually able to attack. So it was all in all a much better fight for ATF. Obviously, they did a lot better. Now it's going to give them enough gold to finish up an MKB on the Spirit Bear. I don't really know what he wants to go for next. I mean, usually it's AC, because Spirit Bear with armor is devastating. But I don't really know. He already does have an AC on the team. And going for 2 is probably a bad idea. It looks like it's going to be a Basher or Power Treads on his main hero. Not a bad idea either way. They take the Raxes, and now what are they going to go for? Roshan? Yes, definitely. Why not go for Roshan? Second challenge. Kill Roshan. Don't lose the Aegis. So everyone's pinging it out. It'll be a really fast one, this Roshan. I mean, Juggernaut's doing some pretty high damage. Has a Basher as well. It's 1200 HP, or 12,000 HP rather, on the Roshan. But Rikyu already chopping through it. Healing ward's going to drop, but everyone this time from Volcania is around. Juan up on the top side will pick him into split. Huge hookshot in, and Andrew's going to split everyone up. And the 2 is up on the high ground, has to TP out of there. Horrible start for ATF. Derp going to get Soul Assumption up. He's going to live just barely. Now watch out for this. Going to use Fiend's Grip onto Rikyu. No Omni Slash this time. Juan is just going to go to work. And Chicken MC trying to fight his way out. Derp is still here, but he's going to get Nightmared up on top of everything else. He's going to die as well. And there it is. And DK, he's the only one to survive. That was the best possible initiation for Volcania. It could not have gone better for them, and now they're going to take Roshan. Cogging the DK up to the high ground and forcing him to TP out. No DK is pretty damn good, and then also no Omni Slash there. Being able to get a huge value, Eclipse, killing off the Rubik instantly, so no null fields. It's a pretty huge fight that Volcania just took right now. They've just lost Raxes, but clearly they're not out of it yet. They do still have this Luna, who's now holding on to almost 4,000 gold when she clears off this wave. There it is. And now what is her item going to be? Butterfly, probably not the best since there's already an MKB on the other end, though it's not a terrible item on Luna ever. Might just be the item of choice. Possibly finishing up that Helm of the Dominator won't be a bad idea either. But ATF, they take a less than ideal fight in a place where really you would expect Volcania to take a great fight there. When you have a Luna Eclipse, when you have Cogs in the Roshan pit, yeah, you're going to have a substantial advantage. Especially when it's 4v5. That helps also. Helps a little bit. It's 24-22. The game pretty much dead even. That fight did give the Visage a gem on top of, a whole bunch of kills or assists or what have you. And now ATF. I mean, they can't get Roshan. They probably don't want to push into a Roshan. And Volcania, they just want their Luna to get a little bit more. She has almost 5,000 gold now. Holy crap. Might want to buy something, Luna. Might be a good idea. And their Slark has an Abyssal Blade. So this guy has lockdown galore, doing a ton of damage as well. I think, well, probably just needs a little bit more attack speed. And he should be golden. But really, he's doing enough. He's doing quite a bit of damage, this Slark. It's okay. Big smoke up now from the ATF side, looking for someone, looking for anyone. And unfortunately for them, they're not going to find anything. They might find Posho? No. Missile's going to fly, but everyone's missing off the map. This smoke is, I would say, pretty clear, or else, I mean, if they weren't smoked up, someone would be on the top lane defending that. But there goes the smoke, placing some wards. They're not going to get anything from this. ATF, they're trying, but you need a little bit more than trying if you're going to win this game. Because this Slark, this Luna, these are getting really, really big. And I would say probably bigger than the Juggernaut, DK, and Lone Druid. Especially when you consider Cogs, and Enfeeble, and Nightmare. And then, of course, Fiend's Grip. So we'll see. Volcania seem to be in a pretty good position right now. You can see the gold earned drawing all the way to 0. Now both teams being even on towers, but a huge experience advantage is in the hands of the Volcania side. Still, don't underestimate the power of an Omnislash or a Lone Druid Bear. Because Omnislash, if you could find one person and kill him off, I mean, hell, if you go on 2, probably at this point they need 2. That could be a fight. That could be the entire game right there. Just killing off 2 people with an Omnislash. They're going to put as much pressure as they can on the bottom lane. However, they have to deal with this mid lane soon enough. Plague Wards will be dropped. Derp putting down as much fortification as he can, but this tower will take a lot of damage. Fortification is available, though it's not going to be used. Oh, Juan going to go straight for the 2. There's a lot of damage on. There's a lot of armor on this Dragon Knight. Mech will keep him up and put him at even higher amounts of armor, but still the tier 3 tower going to drop lower and lower. There's the fortification. Derp looking for a Gale, already used. Did not land onto anyone, I think. There's Luna. Entangle. No, it's going to be a Bash. Spirit Bear instantly takes a nap, though. They hold the tower. Top lane is fine as well. The Volcania spend absolutely nothing for it. They get out of there scot-free. They still have the Aegis on the Slark, so they could go for round 2 soon enough. Posho Loco does still have the cheese on top of all that, and he does have enough gold to pick up a butterfly. Or, well, now he has enough gold. 1,800 plus 9. He doesn't have enough gold yet. He almost has enough gold. One more camp. There it is. No. There it is. Because the small camps, screw those guys. Alright, so now he has enough gold to buy out for a butterfly. And ATF, they're pushing comp. Stopped cold. I mean, they have taken Raxes, but you see how much it's mattering right now. It's not mattering at all. It's like, they took Raxes? Since when? And Luna probably going to put as much pressure as he can on the top side, while the rest of her team pushes the mid lane, or Slark can do the same thing, rather. There is a nice happy face being drawn by Luna. Well, we know what she wants. Luna wants blood in the mid lane, and I think they will be able to get it as well. Now, defending with the comp that Volcania has is a lot different from attacking. They will be forced to put their clockwork into a poor position in order to start the fight. Whereas, you know, hookshotting into this area down here usually is going to be favorable for you. So, Familiar is going to drop, though it looks like they might actually die. Tower, bounce, Glaives, there it is. Glaives OP. Let's see how many Familiars they can get. They got 1 with the crit, and Juan going to go straight for Derp. He does not have any Ghost Scepter or anything, so he's probably going to go down, and I'm freezing. There we go. Derp going to get saved, although by the Dragon Tail, however, the Eclipse and the rest of the fight going on. In the meantime, there's the Omnislash. Why am I going at, like, this spiky thing? I don't know what's happening. There's the Omnislash, though. Old Posho Loco going to drop the cheese, and he's going to just keep on fighting, doing a lot of damage to that Juggernaut. There's a buyback from the Venomancer. The 2 going to pop off his BKB, try to run, but Juan regaining so much life with that Vlad's. He's going to take 1. He's going to take 2. He's going to take 3. He's going to go for 4. Rubik on his way out. Pounce will not land. First hit bash. It won't matter because there's the Eye of Scotty. Rikyu can try to 1v1 Juan. He doesn't have an Omnislash. He's not going to win this either. It's going to be a rampage for the Slark, and there's more heroes around to kill. Derp as well as Chicken MC. Juan wants more. Why am I spiking so hard? I don't know. Juan into the Shadow Dance. Going to try to go for Derp. He does still have... Wait, no, he doesn't have the 8. Did it literally just time out? Oh, it it literally just timed out. I think. Did he use it? Damn, I wish the combat log wasn't terrible. I think he might have just lost the Aegis as soon as he went down. Okay, what happened here? What did I open? Close all this. I don't know what was going on with the stream there. I was like freezing every so often, so that was not that great. Volcania lose all 5. ATF, they lose their melee Raxes, so the Rax differential has been evened up. However, they have to spend about $1.5 million buybacks, and Rampage is now stuck on the screen, guys. It's probably just my screen, but there is a Rampage there. That's pretty cool. Perpetual Rampage. That Slark did absolute work. Got 5 kills, has 7,000 gold. What do you even get as this guy? Do you get a butterfly? Do you get a Daedalus? I think you'd get either of the two. They'd both be good. Por que los dos? Get both. You're rich. So ATF, their Raxes are now equalized. Volcania really flexing their muscles there. Slark single-handedly diverting so much attention up to the north side of this fight, whereas the rest of his team, including the Luna, doing the work on the bottom side with that Eclipse. And, well, if you Eclipse at the right time, you have Glaives bouncing around and stuff, and there's going to be no creeps to tank that up. The Bear this is the only thing that really ATF will be comfortable with taking that, with having taken the beams. But 46 minutes of the game. See, this game, unlike the last yesterday with 75-minute game, is actually like stuff is happening, kind of, a little bit. DK gonna go for Heaven's Halberd. Let's take a quick look at all the items right now. We have Slark still without anything, 7,000 gold on him though. Luna picking up her Butterfly, still without a Helmet Dominator, though can pick that one up very easily. Visage gonna go for Shiva's Guard, using the Vlad's offering also, being a huge item for Juan. And then Bane, BKB Ghost Scepter, so he's gonna be immune to whatever he wants to, whenever he wants to. Force Staff up in the Clockwork, looks like it will be a BKB up on him as well. Derp, not completing anything. I think Force Staff is actually a new item for him. Rubik with the Ghost Scepter. Rikyu picking up a Basher, going to try to out-bash the enemy team. And the two, of course, going for Heaven's Halberd. Chicken MC still without anything additional aside from that Basher. Where is his Bear? There it is. Yep, Basher MKB. Nothing else aside from that. ATF going to go for Roshan. They have some pretty good ward coverage, and let's see if they can get this before the enemy team gets here. Looks like Slark, the item of choice, is going to be a full-on AC. Makes sense, I guess. There's cheese on the floor. Rikyu, drop the magic. Okay, sell the scroll, whatever. That's fine, too. And now they're all really, really powerful. They have their DK ultimate up, have BKBs up. They're moving S5. And it looks like they want this tier 2 in the bottom lane, finally. So if they get crashed by Volcania, it could turn very, very ugly for ATF. Familiars spotting everything out. Rocket flares will continuously fly. And in the meantime, Juan just keep pushing out that mid lane. It's going to be a relatively even lane. Remember, the Rax differential is completely even. Melee on both sides, so the lane is going to be pushing any one way really strongly. Chicken MC spotted out by the entire enemy team, and Juan, he's going to go straight for Derp. Derp will go Scepter out, but it's going to be Chicken MC going to try to 1v3. That's probably not going to work. In the meantime, on the side of the fight, 2 is going to get Dragon Tail into Juan. The Omnislash will kill off the Slark. It will not. They will be able to pick off the Clockwork, but already Lone Druid burning off his Aegis. There's the Eclipse, as well as the BKB from the Luna, doing a lot of damage to everyone, but not actually killing anyone. Derp, as well as Rikyu still in this fight. The Fiend's Grip onto the 2, doing a lot of damage, but will it be enough? Posho Loco will try to fight this one out. The Healing Ward is still alive. It's doing so much work. Ander gonna get Fiend's Grip up, stolen by the enemy team, and now Distagia, he's gonna be the last one alive, though Slark is also gonna be retreating out of here, gonna try to teleport away, but with so many bashers, that's not gonna happen. It's dominating streak for the Lone Druid, and ATF with the Healing Ward keeping it up for the entire fight. They will be able to cleave through this tier 2 tower. They will be able to cleave through a tier 3 tower, or at least force buybacks out. Luna, you need to buy back right now. Clockwork has no buyback. Bane has no buyback. Even if the Luna does buy back, they could just keep on going. They have an Abyssal Blade on this Lone Druid as well. And Juan can look for a pickoff. He's going to use Dark Pact. Instantly, he will get lifted up. However, Gale and bashes galore. You cannot go anywhere. Where's the telekinesis? It's there. Slark instantly buying back. He got nothing for that, so giving a free buyback to the enemy team. Tower Gonna drop lower and lower, but the bear once again will go on the front lines. Another familiar Swan looking to dive in on someone. We'll dive in. We'll catch the 2 instantly to the Shadow Dance form, doing a lot of damage to the Dragonite. But again, he has a lot of armor. It's gonna take a long time for him to go down. And now an arm slash down from the Juggernaut. Going to do a lot of damage to all the creeps though. Not too much to any of the heroes. Swan though gonna get bashed up. Dark Pact or not, you cannot escape. Double bash with an Abyssal Blade. Lone Druid gonna chase down this Luna with the bear, looking for a bash, looking for entangle, looking for anything. And second change his mind, going to go for watch out for this, force staffing the bear forward though. The Ghost Scepter will keep the Bane safe for now. They're gonna turn back and go for the Raxes. They will take down 1, they will take down 2. Instantly slide up to the mid lane, I think, take down the range Rax, or go for GG. Now, take down the range Rax will be very easy to take. 100 seconds until the Slark is back up. They can have an absolute field day. They're going to go for Megas. They're going to get it as well. Healing Ward up in 15 seconds. The Ness style going to go up for the Juggernaut as well. And hookshot in from Ander, but that is not a fight you really want to take, Clockwork. BKB up on watch out for this. Going to get a grip onto someone. El Pocho Loco gripped up, though, by Narok on the sidelines. He popped the BKB. Can the Luna 1v5? I don't think she can. There's so many bashes. Doesn't matter if you have a BKB. She's dropping low. She's dropping low, and she's going to go down as well. The Rikyu, in the meantime, is going to chase after Distagia. He's going to go down on top of this. So many kills for so many people. But just like that, ATF, they decide that they have had enough of this waiting. They're just going to go end the game. They're going to take it. That's going to be it, guys. 51 minutes in. It's a pretty long game, but we're going to be seeing game number 2 come up after a very short break. ATF going to go 1-up in this best of 3 series. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for game number 2. GG.